So, today, ano ba yung ginawa ko? Today, I added on Okta, bought Hinge, bumili ako ng KView, KenView, and NN, NextNav, tapos DocuSign. Basically, mga pilot possessions on swing trades, mga swing possessions natin. Tapos tong Okta, it's a scale-in approach. Scale-in. So overall, doing good naman yung portfolio. Madaming stocks lang, yes, pero ganun talaga. On fresh recovery, market recovery, kailangan mong gawin. Para sa akin, best discarte is uh, to create a wide net. Parang wide net approach. Kuha ka na madaming stocks na may setups. May emerging setups. I-diversify mo yung setups na yon into market segments, market groups. Kunyari, segmented siya with large caps, mid caps, small caps. So let's say 33% large caps, 33% mid caps, and the rest are small caps. So meron kang diversifications in terms of segments, may diversification ka in terms of setups. For example, 50% ng setups na kinukuha ko right now, mga post-earnings basis, post-earnings coil. Basically, mga post-earnings setups na nag-hold up during this correction. 50% yan, mga post-earnings setups. 25% yan, thematic plays. Tulad nung AEM, it's a gold play, thematic play siya. Tapos yung the rest are oversold bounces. Tulad nung HIMS, oversold bounce yan. Ano pa ba? Same with apps. It's an oversold bounce din. An oversold bounce play. Basically, mga pullback play. So, bottom line, kailangan mong, para sa akin, yun yung best discarte on fresh recoveries. And then, once na na-sustain yung recovery, you pick the best stocks in your portfolio. And then, doon ka mag-double down. Doon ka mag-add, doon ka mag-scale in para mabuhat niya yung overall equity curve mo. So, syempre, meron dyan magiging outperformer. So, you focus on your outperformers. So, you get the idea. So, hopefully, na-get yung idea. So, right now, ito yung mga current positions. So far, so good. Doing okay naman. Except yung KView. Still ata negative, pero super minimal pa. Since low VAR nga siya, low VAR exposure. And wide stop approach. So, ito yung mga open positions natin. Let's discuss quickly. So, ito yung mga open positions natin. Roughly, more than 10 stocks to. Ganun talaga. Yun yung natin, discarte natin. So, starting with iNode, it's an oversold bounce play as well after earnings. Basically, nahanap niya yung support niya at the left side VPOC area. Ito yung base mo. Ito yung VPOC ng base na yan. Nahanap niya yung support niya at 3880. At the lower time frame, may makikita ka dyan RSI Boldiv. So, lower low in RSI, lower low in price, higher low in RSI. So, that's a strong sign of pent-up demand. Kasi meron ka ng divergence in terms of price and RSI. So, after the break of this channel, dito ko siya kinuha. Then, wide stop approach, papunta dito sa 37.50. So, right now, it's breaking above the 100 SMA line sa 65-minute chart, sa 1-hour chart. So, ang magiging discarte ko dito, if it breaks above 49.20, I'll be adding half with respect to my original position. So, doon na mag-scale in with iNode. So, the idea is, it may test this previous all-time high level, yung $70 area, if ma-sustain yung rally. If not, I'll be selling partials at 55, 56. At most, or yung worst case scenario for this stock is a break-even trade. Next is Porch Group. So, itong Porch Group naman is a post-earnings pullback. After earnings, nagkaroon siya ng rally. It undercutted and reclaimed this earnings AVWAP. Ito yung earnings AVWAP mo eh. Yan. Ito yung earnings AVWAP. Wait lang ah. Yan. Oops. Ito. Ito yung earnings AVWAP. yung orange line. So, break below orange AVWAP or earnings AVWAP. Then, after the reclaim, dun ko siya kinuha at 620. 620. Tama ba? Yan, 617. Doon ko siya kinuha. Then, wide stops din. Maybe I'll add on the break of this high. So, that's Porch Group. Next is Compass. Same setup din, tulad ng Porch Group. Sa post-earnings pullback, after earnings, nagkaroon ng power earnings gap play. Gap up, moved higher, then created the pullback. Multi-week pullback. Then, upon reclaim of the 20-day moving average, nun ko siya kinuha. Basically, the downtrend line break. Then, wide stops din, 820. So, once it presents another setup in between $10 and $9.50, maybe I'll add more with Compass. So, next is Lemonade. So, looking at the bigger picture of Lemonade, it's under stage 2 markup. So, ito yung big base mo. Big accumulation base. This is your resistance level, 3180. Nag-breakout, papuntang 5260 yung Lemonade. Then, nakit na multi-month pullback. So, nahanap niya yung support niya at the 100-day moving average, and then on earnings, nagkaroon ng onting disappointment. So, nag-gap down, but eventually it moved higher. So, right now, in isolation, if we're gonna look at Lemonade, it's simply a flag pattern. A flag pattern after earnings. Or a box pattern after earnings. So, ito yung initial rally mo. Ito yung pahinga ng buyers mo. If it breaks above 38.20 or much better, $40, maybe mag-resume yung uptrend niya. Yung big uptrend niya. And it will transition or may transition to a strong stage 2, advancing stage. So that's Lemonade. Next is AEM. So again, ayun nga, it's a thematic play. It's a gold proxy trade. Basically a flag continuation pattern. Ito ko siya kinuha at $100 breakout. Around number breakout. Next is Apps, Digital Turbine. Big picture, it's on a strong downtrend. After the downtrend ended, nung break above this 200-day moving average, nakita natin na may highest volume ever candle siya on earnings. So, meron kang trigger event, which is yung earnings. And then, nagkaroon ka ng earnings gap up, nagkaroon ka ng follow through. So, basically, it's a power earnings gap event. It's a peg event. So, after a peg event, tapos highest volume ever candle siya, critical na dapat magkaroon siya ng follow through. So, nagkaroon ng follow through, then nag-create ng pullback. So, at this point, nung nagkaroon siya ng undercut and reclaim of this earnings candle low, so ito yung earnings candle mo, after the reclaim of this earnings candle low, doon ko siya kinuha on this inside bar setup. So, hindi ko muna kinuha tong total reclaim, yung first day reclaim. Nagantay muna ako ng consolidation. So, dito yung naging entry point ko. Basically, a lower time frame inside inverse head and shoulder. Lower time frame inverse head and shoulder. So, ito yung left shoulder mo. Ito yung head mo. Ito yung multiple right shoulder mo. So, dito sa wedge pop ko siya kinuha. Yung wedge pop na to. So, right now, okay, at a positive siya. Pero, if it doesn't hold dito sa $320, $330 area, then sa stop toto with Apps. Next is HIMS. So, it's an oversold bounce. So, looking at the daily of HIMS, big picture, it's still under stage 2 markup. So, ito yung big accumulation base mo. Main target mo dyan is roughly at the $100 area. $88, $90 to $100 area. Yung 1618 pattern target. With respect to this multi-year accumulation. So, since 2021 up to 2024. So, it's a 4-year accumulation, di ba? So, right now, nung na-reach siya yung $70 area before earnings, after earnings, nagkaroon ng earnings disappointment, and then nagkaroon siya ng short pullback. Papunta dito sa 100-day moving average. So, technically, after the break of this all-time high area, it's the first kiss of the 100-day moving average. So it's a dynamic support area, and at the lower time frame, we can see an RSI bull dip. RSI bull dip. So in this case, since meron kang lower low in price at the 65-minute chart, lower low in price, higher low in RSI, ito yung RSI mo. Ito yung reference low mo. Reference swing low mo. Ito yung reference swing low ng RSI. Lower low in price, higher low in RSI. It's a strong sign of pent-up demand. So after na hanap niya yung support niya at $31 to $35 area, i-create tayo dito ng neckline. So at this point, we bought this open basically 35.13. So ang nangyari dito, I think stop limit order na hit sa akin at 36.11. Roughly at this 100 SMA line at the 65-minute chart, $36 area. So doon ako na done. So doing good naman overall yung position. If it proceeds to counter rally, the next target is simply at this swing high level, $45 area, $45-$46 area. So that seems an oversold bounce. So next is next nav. So it's an inside bar breakout after this downtrend line break. So at the daily, makikita natin, no, we're at this point na almost 2 years tong nag-consolidate, nag-accumulate. Then what we can see is simply a retest of this previous all-time high level, IPO all-time high. So katulad niya si ASTS, parang siyang fractal ni ASTS, in which after the all-time high break, 2-year consolidation din siya. 2-year consolidation since 2021. Actually, more than that pa. After the breakout, nag-create siya ng multi-month consolidation or multi-month downward or declining channel. So after the kiss of this 200-day moving average and the break of this channel, nagkaroon siya ng strong rally. So parang ganun din yung trade idea with NN. So it's a downtrend line break or a channel break. So in this case, ang magiging target natin dyan is at $18. $18 or $19. Pero bigger picture, may potential talaga tong stock na to. Actually, gumawa pa tayo ng ating trade thesis on NN. Punta tayo dito sa Swing Ideas, and then click this link. So, nag-dig deeper ako on NextNav and malaking upside potential niya. Maganda rin yung main product or service na ino-offer niya, which is precision navigation system. Parang ganun. Meron siyang vertical location tracking system, yung tinatawag nila Pinnacle Tech. So, ginagamit siya for vertical location tracking. So, if you're gonna imagine yung tracking systems natin right now, di ba? Horizontal tracking lang, GPS. So, tulad ng Google Maps, matatrack mo, okay, horizontal. Pero in terms of vertical, di mo malaman eh. Kunyari, nasa condo ka, di mo alam kung nasa floor yung specific area or specific location ng target mo or nang gusto mong puntahan. So, itong NextNav basically is a high upside potential stock kasi may potential military application siya and surveillance application. So, wala pa siyang kalaban in the US stock universe. So, siya lang yung publicly listed stock na may ganong klaseng service. May ganong klaseng service, which is yung TerraPoint, pati yung Pinnacle. So, ayun nga, malaking upside potential niya. Kasi once na magkaroon niya ng mga public contracts, public government contract, doon na mag-expand yung ano niya, yung revenue niya, yung earnings niya. So right now, since bata pa yung company, 2 years young pa lang yung company or less than that pa. Once na magkaroon nga ng revenue streams through government contracts and possibly sa mga IoT applications na din tulad ng mga ayun nga, IoT application, pati yung, tawag dito, um, consumer level application niya, like drone technology, mga drones, mga gadgets, and even phones. Once na ma-apply yun, mag-expand yung ano niya, revenues niya. So, basahin niyo lang to, itong research natin. And pati yung technical overview natin for NN. Basically, yung pinaka punto ko lang dito, right now it's a short-term swing play. Benta mo yung kalahati on targets, pero I think longer term pwede siyang hawakan. Basically, hawakan mo yung remaining shares na meron ka with respect to this initial setup. So that's next nav. Next is Kenview. Bigger picture. It's under a transition to stage 2 markup. So fresh IPO stock siya. 2023 lang nag-IPO to. Nagkaroon siya ng strong decline after IPO. Then, dito nagkaroon ng due diligence phase in which meron kang accumulation structure na form. So, for Kenview, ang setup na nakikita natin is a post-earnings base setup. So, meron kang base after this earnings run-up. So, if mag-breakout to 24.08 or higher dito sa 52-week high niya, maybe it will continue its rally papunta dito sa next target area natin, which is at 2750. Yung 1618 pattern target natin or measured target natin. So, it's in confluence with this IPO all-time high, which is the turbulence zone or an alleged turbulence zone. So, typical profit-taking area yan. Syempre, may mga tao ka na naipit dito. But overall, if we're gonna look at this left side trading range, ito na yung point of control mo eh. Nasa 23.19. So, this is the point of control in which it's now serving as support. So, price is above it. So, bulls are in control. With respect to this left side VPOC area. So, if we're gonna look at this anchored volume profile, ito yung POC natin, main POC, 20.86. So, majority of shares were traded at 20.5 dito sa area na yan. So, value area na to. So, if we break above 24.04, the next target area, ayun nga, again, will most likely be at this IPO all-time high level. So, malaking upside potential niya basically. So, that's Kview. Next is DocuSign. So, DocuSign is an oversold bounce play. So, it's a reclaim of this 100-day moving average after earnings. So, ito yung earnings niya, earnings candle niya. After earnings, na-reclaim niya yung 100-day moving average. And then, it's now creating this post-earnings coil or post-earnings inside bar setup. So, today, it created a narrow range bar and a break above this day 1 high. Ito yung earnings day 1 mo eh. Day 1 earnings po. So today, it closed above the day 1 high, which is good. And it created this indecision candle. So for today, the upcoming trading session, March 95, if it breaks above 89.68, which is this narrow range bar high, magkaroon tayo ng strong expansion move for DocuSign. So again, it's simply an undercut and reclaim of the 100-day moving average. And a downtrend line break. Yun yung ano natin, main setup for DocuSign. So how do we trade this? So at the lower time frame, ito yung setup ko. After earnings, gap up, created a consolidation. Ginawa ko, actually medyo hinabol ko na on the breakout. Stops ko, nilagay ko na ng quite wide at 83.90. Slightly below $84. So, targets for DocuSign, conservative target lang, papunta dito sa swing high, major swing high area at 107.50, 107.60. So, it's a pattern target, simply a pattern target. So, bakit naging ito yung measured target natin? So, if we're gonna look at the extended trading hours, ito yung initial rally mo on day 1 earnings. Yan. Ito yung initial rally mo. Ito yung swing low, ito yung swing high. So, this is your reference rally. So, yung theory dyan, ito yung reference rally mo. This is the first leg up. The secondary leg up or the second leg up will most likely be the same measured move or less. So, dito sa atin, ginawa natin yung 1618 pattern target. So, in confluence din naman with this left side swing high area. So, that's DocuSign. So, today, I failed to rebuy rubric. Ito. So, di ba, remember, we got stopped out nung Friday. So, sayang, nakapag-accumulate tayo ng decent enough volume and then we got stopped out. Ito, I just failed to rebuy rubric. Maybe I'll wait for a retest of 72, 71.40 or a much better na retest at the 50 SMA line sa 65-minute chart. So, yun yung much better area to buy at support. So, that's rubric. So, nandito siya sa potential rebuy section ko in my watch list. So, other names in focus. Ito, Staro, Standard Aero. So, it's an IPO stock din. Post-earnings spoil din siya. Ito yung earnings mo. Nagkaroon siya ng strong earnings reaction. And today, it created this consolidation. So, yan. Isa yung sa mga tinitingnan natin. Staro. Simply, an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Ito, Corsair. It's an oversold bounce play din at the 50-day moving average. So, sa 65-minute chart, meron din tayong makikitang actually, hindi siya super clear na RSI bull div sa extended trading hours. But in the regular trading hours, we have this lower low in price. Meron kang higher low in RSI. Yan. Wait lang. Ayan. Usog natin dito. So, meron kang RSI bull div. So, pent-up demand. A leading signal for a reversal. So, in this case, ang gagawin natin is wait for a break of 10.20, 10.25, then stops natin. Pwede natin ilagay at 9.50. So, high reward risk na trade siya, basically. It's an oversold bounce. If we're gonna set our targets at $13, we're gonna have a 4-1 reward risk for Corsair. Next is MAS. So, it's also post-earnings flag pattern. So, ito yung earnings reaction mo. Undercut and reclaim of the earnings candle low, and then it created the 3-day rally. After the 3-day rally, it created this consolidation pattern. So, at the same time, itong earnings candle mo, is the current highest volume ever candle. Relative, or since IPO. So, highest volume ever candle on earnings, created a rally, created a consolidation. So, it's a really constructive setup. So, MAS is a medical devices company. Medical devices or medical specialties. So, that's MAS. Next is Netflix. Ito at the lower time frame, nakikita lang natin is simply a square root pattern, square root recovery pattern. So, ito yung V-shape recovery mo. Right now, it's creating this consolidation. Tapos, the 200 SMA line at the 65-minute chart is now serving as resistance. So, hindi ko na kinuha itong setup na to since I'm already over-deployed and there are better setups na nag-emerge. So, ito, T2. Maganda rin itong chart na to. So, post-earnings base. Tapos, all-time high play din siya. Potentially, all-time high play siya. So, since 2021, nag-range lang siya from $89 to $200. So, malaking upside potential nito if it manages to break above all-time high. So, main upside potential mo dyan, 1618 target, $339 area. So, meron kang $100 difference. Roughly 50% upside. Tapos, right now, if we're gonna buy this at this point, stops mo, pwede at 200 eh. So, meron kang $10 risk for a potential return of $100. So, meron kang 10-1 reward risk if gusto mong sakyan papuntang targets. But for now, ang pinaka strategy natin dito, if it breaks above 218 to 219, that's a potential buy point. Or much better, sa 65-minute chart, meron kang downtrend line dito. If it retests the $210 area, maybe doon tayo pwede mag-buy on support. Buy on support, add on the break of 217, stops mo medyo wide at $200 level. So, clear invalidation point na yun for T2. So, basically, it's an anticipatory entry. Anticipatory entry. You're anticipating for a potential for a breakout to all-time high. So, that's T2. Ito, spot. Same setup with Netflix. So, hindi ko na kinuha. There are better setups na I think that is emerging. Ito, DoorDash. Recently, highest volume ever candle was due to the news na, ayun nga, may partnership siya with a firm. So, parang pwede ka namang ngutang for when ordering food. Parang ganun. So, it's a new development in DoorDash. So, right now, it broke above this downtrend line. Itong channel na yun. So, DoorDash, bigger picture, pupunta tayo dito sa resistance area na 250. So, may upside pa naman siya. May upside potential pa rin naman siya. Pero, yun nga, medyo naiwan na rin on the entry point. So, maybe, if magpresento ng retest at 190, or pwede rin kunin mo yung $200 breakout, $200 round number breakout, then stops mo medyo wide at 190. So, that's DoorDash. Itong Genie, naiwan na tayo. Nag-gap up to yesterday. Gap and go din. So, it's a base breakout. Sayang. Under stage 2 markup tong Genie. Ayun. So, yun lang yung mga open positions and stocks on watch natin. Mga stocks in focus. So, if you want to access this, I'll be sending this watch list dito sa ating setups and watch list alerts dito sa watch list channel natin. So, review nyo na lang lahat ng stocks na nandito. So, most likely may makikita akong setups dyan. Ayun. So, if you have any questions, chat na lang ako. If you have any concerns, chat na lang ako. So, thank you for your time. Ingat kayo. God bless and goodbye.